What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today. The altcoins. What we're going to be doing is looking at the altcoins versus the BTC chart. So we're going to start in here with Ethereum. Kind of wanted to point out where we are at. A lot of people have wanted me to review altcoins versus BTC, so we're going to get into that today. If you guys get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll dig into this. So one of the nicest things that you can see here, we've had this big rounded bottom. It almost still looks like we're in the accumulation phase. Just looking at the line graph here, look, it's about the accumulation phase, guys, really, for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. You can see heavy volume coming in again, and when we've been having sell-offs, the volume's been weaker here, so people are accumulating, and you can see that we have just passed 0.04 BTC. The next major overhead resistance area I'm going to look at is 0.08, and our previous all-time high was up there between 0.12 and 0.16. So I mean, guys, when Ethereum runs, it really runs hard. You can see these big waves when they come in, these big heavy impulse waves, and that's what we're anticipating here. We're more so back, guys, in this rounded bottom accumulation phase, so we're really still waiting to start getting those big explosive moves, these pulls like this to the upside. We're still anticipating that, but you can see we're really rounding out there, and that's a nice look on heavier volume for Ethereum. That shows people are interested, and even when we have these corrections, it's been on lower volume. When we're moving up, it's been on heavier volume. You can see again, we're moving up on heavier volume. That's what you're looking for. It's what's important in this market, to look at that accumulation phase, then you have the market participation phase, and then you have that distribution phase. Now, if we bounce out of this, I want to point out Ethereum right now is at $2,422. The volume right now around 40 billion. It's up 6.16% there. Overall market cap looking great, up 9.77, excuse me. Then if we take a look at this on the log scale, you can see that'll give you a little bit different perspective on things, but it's still nice to see that we've really been rounding out here. We've been making higher highs and higher lows, so that's what we're looking for there. So that's Ethereum. If you want me to keep covering Ethereum, guys, let me know down low. I'm just kind of basically rounding out the coins that people want me to cover, and we're going to do the best we can to get into them. So the next one we're going to take a look at is Litecoin. Litecoin's at $274 right now, up 5.44%. And if we do the LTC BTC chart, let's get the USD off. And I like to pull this up in the larger screen for you guys. So what you can see is typically for Litecoin, we were talking about this in the last video, Litecoin really pumps hard once it gets going. I mean, these bear markets can be just brutal, and we can basically lose everything that we gain. So it's important when we get massive pumps to be able to take those profits, okay? But right now we're getting similar to something that looks like over here. See how this one really retraced for a long time, then we started to round out, and we had a nice little pump starting to round out here, heavier volume coming in. You can see it's been this big slope down, just lower highs and lower lows. So we're trying to get that reversed, but yet again, it still looks pretty early here on the LTC BTC chart. And the highest we ever got up to was around 0.048 BTC for Litecoin. So this is definitely something I'm going to continue to keep an eye on here. Right now, the volume's down 16.03%. Our market cap is roughly around 18 billion, a little higher than 18 billion right now. So that's going to be Litecoin, and definitely keep an eye on that chart, guys, along with the Ethereum. The next one we're going to get into, a lot of people have been asking about Bitcoin Cash. Right now, we're at 973. If we take a look here on the BTC chart, same deal. Guys, without even getting into it on the big screen, you can see this just been this big ride down. And we're starting to round out at the bottom here, and heavier volumes coming back in. So people are accumulating right now for Bitcoin Cash. And this is one same deal. When it rips so hard to both the upside and the downside. But we've really spent this time rounding out, and we're just going to have to see if we can change that trend. Higher highs and higher lows is what we're looking for. If we look at the log scale, you can see that sharp move down here, and now we're having heavier volume come in. For us, the highest we've been up to was a little bit over 0.2 BTC. So that's going to be Bitcoin Cash. The next one I want to take a look at was ADA. A lot of people say they've been here for ADA, so we'll take a look. And this one's probably going to be a little bit ahead because we've had such a parabolic move. So this is a little bit ahead of other ones, but still early. You can see we had this really nice rounded bottom. Same deal, guys. Heavier volume coming in. When we've been getting the sell-offs, it hasn't been on heavier volume. So I would still anticipate some more moves to the upside there for ADA. That's not looking too bad on the Bitcoin chart. If we take a look, if we bounce off that and we take a look at the USD, We'll go into the log scale. You can see right there, trying to find support on top of our previous all-time high, which would be nice. We could build some support there and then try to make another move to the upside. Overall market cap around 40 billion for ADA. So really nice, guys. Who's ever been in this since, 5-10 cents or whatever, congratulations. It's been a really nice one. Cardano, we have for watch list 617,000 people keeping an eye on Cardano. So really pay attention to that. Next one I wanted to get into was OMG. And if you're here for OMG, I've had quite a few people in the comments as well tell me they wanted me to cover this one. And this is one, guys, not financial advice. I feel like OMG is still undervalued. When you actually zoom out here and you take a look where we're at on the US dollar, we're trying to find support right in this off previous resistance, see if we can make another leg to the upside. But you can see this big rounded bottom again, heavier volume coming in, accumulating. When we have sell-offs, we're on lower volume. So that's looking pretty decent. If we end up going into the log scale, you can see what it looks like. Our all-time high was roughly up to around $25. And if we look at it on the BTC chart, I want to give you a larger screen here. We've really, guys, shaken out for a long time. Look how high we got up to before. Almost up to 0.0032 BTC. And now it's just been this super long slide to the downside. You can see people were accumulating back in here, pumped up. We did not have a lot of selling pressure, so that was just a huge accumulation there. And now we're going to wait to see if we can get another one of those. But we've really rounded out down here as well, and some heavier volumes coming in. So, guys, a lot of things on the BTC chart here. They're not looking too bad. Obviously, overall on the USD chart as well, but if you're really looking at the Bitcoin, this is going to be the opportunities. Overall, our market dominance right now for BTC is about 50.5, so we want to continue to see that get driven down. That's important for us. If we take a look at XRP overall market cap, we're roughly about 63 billion right now, 63.5 billion. Really making a nice impulse wave there, correcting now. So if we end up getting into the BTC, all right, guys, this is one that really rips the hardest. Take a look at these cycles. They basically come straight up, straight down, straight up, almost all the way back down, and then we have shaken out all the way to the bottom of that. So yet again, the importance of taking profits when you see something really go, from this area down here all the way up there in a short amount of time, and most likely it's going to retrace at least 50% of the move. So I like to trail stuff up with stop losses. That can really help you. But you can see how low here, volume coming back in. This is definitely one we want to continue to keep an eye on, because when volume does come into XRP, you can see how many people have it on their watch list here, 634. When money does come into this, it really explodes hard. I mean, last time for the USD chart, we were roughly around about 25 cents, guys. In the matter of about a month or so, we went up to over $3. And you can see even back in here where we were around 55 cents and we made an explosive move up to about $1.70 or so. So these things can be very explosive, and we have to be ready and we have to be prepared for them. But it's always interesting to look at stuff on the Bitcoin chart, and that's what I wanted to bring you today, guys. Just a quick one. If you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless you all. Take care.